Master Okabe. Oh! Whoa! Look at the hat! Just as I was about to tell her, I could see Nai run across the intersection. No! How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt here, back with some more Steins Gate 0. And last time, as Maho, we got to know Moeka a little bit better, got her to open up to us a little bit more. We got a little more insight on Maho and Kuritz's relationship. And we had a slumber party, and it got a little weird, as it always seems that it must have to. Like, every time. It just, you can't get away with it. Anytime you get a bunch of the girls together, something weird is gonna go awry, and anyway. So that happened, and they got a little bit closer, and that was basically it. So now we're with Okabe, so let's just jump into it, I suppose. I sighed a little as I got off the train at Akihabara. Come to think of it, I've come to Akihabara 5 days in a row. New Year's was our trip to the shrine. On the 2nd, I'd come to deal with the aftermath of that, and then the world line had changed. On the 3rd, I'd come to check on Maho and Moeka. On the 4th, that is, yesterday, Mayuri had invited me to a New Year's party at May Queen. I hadn't come to Akihabara every day like this since last summer.
What's going on with Faris, you think?
I don't know. I never can tell what she's thinking. There was a reason I'd brought Mayuri to Akihabara. Oh, Okabe. Oh, jeez. Oh, what the oh, my goodness, that's a lot. Okay. Alright, hold up. Wait a minute. Holy crap. Holy crap. That was, like, way too fast for me to read. I can't scroll that, can I? Oh! Well, oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could use the scroll wheel for that. Anyway, basically, something bad had happened at Faris's house, and she wanted my help. Did something happen to Hyajo and Moeka? Everything seemed normal when I talked to Faris yesterday.
That's not true. Faris has been working really hard the last few weeks, and she's getting really tired. But she never complains. No matter how hard it gets, she's always cheerful. But this time, she actually came to you for help. Something really bad must have happened, maybe.
We decided to hurry to Faris's house. Huh? We called Faris's condo from the first floor entrance, but there was no answer. Was Kuroki not in? But at least Maho and Moeka should be.
They're not answering, huh?
That's strange. I tried again, and this time got a response. Hello? This is Okabe. Yes, the mistress told me. Come on up. Huh? Mayuri and I looked at each other, shocked by the tone of his voice. Is he sick? Even when he came to greet us, Kuroki was too exhausted to give us his usual elegant welcome. Master Okabe. Oh! Kuroki called my name, weakly, and in the next moment he collapsed to his knees like a puppet with its strings cut. Kuroki? At this rate, the Akiha clan is doomed. Kuroki? What's wrong? Okabe, you must escape. You mustn't stay here. What, is it like the girls got in a fight or something? What happened? I don't know. I can't believe the things I've seen. Seen? What did you see? Kuroki tried to say something, but then gave up and shook his head. And then he slowly raised his arm and pointed to the end of the hallway. I knew it. I knew it. The guest room. In there. What? That's where Maho and Moeka were. Did something happen to them? Mayuri, take care of Kuroki.
Okay.
I left Kuroki in Mayuri's care and ran to the guest room. The door to the guest room was shut. Hiajo! Moeka Kiryu! Are you alright? Either of you! Answer me! Dang it! I'm coming in! What? How? How could this have happened? I couldn't believe my eyes. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was them. He's been trying. He got exhausted because he's been cleaning up after them this whole time. He can't keep up. The ultimate butler has been outdone. He's met his match. The scene was indescribable. The only words I could come up with were a palace of junk. The desk and bed were still where they'd been, but everything else had changed. Books, notepads, and other strange objects were piled up to the ceiling in layers. What may have started as a temporary pile of books had become a wall that reached the top of the room. Walls made of hundreds of books were scattered about the room, forming a small labyrinth. In some places, the path was so narrow, you'd need to turn sideways to get through. The light from the ceiling no longer reached the floor, so small lights had been set up on the top of the carpet. They were like torches in an underground labyrinth. Strangely, the space wasn't dirty. The result of Maho and Moeka's attempts to maximize their creative output was the construction of a labyrinth in the guest room. In a sense, it was the highest application of the principles of functional beauty. But it was still a palace of junk. Maho was humming as she typed on her keyboard. She had a big pair of headphones on. Moeka was kneeling on the carpet with her legs splayed, typing onto her laptop at the low table. She, too, was wearing headphones. Huh? Maho saw me standing in shock at the entrance and took off her headphones.
Oh, Okabe. Hello.
Moeka took her earphones off, too. Hello.
Wow! This room is amazing, huh?
Mayuri was so astonished she couldn't think of anything else to say. Did these two realize how much it took to freak out Mayuri?
What's wrong, you two?
What do you mean, what's wrong? What the heck happened to this room?
The room? Is there something strange about it? Huh?
Everything's strange about it! It wasn't like this 2 days ago!
Oh, is that it? The passage of time brings change. For things, and people, and of course, rooms. What do you think? It's so much more functional this way, isn't it?
The fact that Maho didn't seem to find anything wrong with this at all made my head hurt.
It looks like you could go on an adventure.
For her part, Mayuri was wandering through the labyrinth, excited. There were screens to divide the different parts of the room. The screens were different colored baby doll lingerie.
Oh, these are cute.
I chose the colors when I hung them.
Wow, you're right. Moeka, you've got lots of grown-up underwear, huh?
Mayuri, I'm sorry, but can you leave before this discussion gets any more complicated?
Oh, sure.
I tried talking to Maho and Moeka, but couldn't get any useful information. When it came down to it, neither of them understood that this room was as messy as you could get it. Everything they needed was always within arm's reach, so the two of them thought of it as a pleasant place to work and live. This was definitely the reason why Faris had come to me for help, and why Karoki seemed to be on the verge of death. Karoki, the Akiha family's ultimate butler, had a policy of not letting a single speck of dust exist in a room. These two must have driven him over the edge. That explained the terror in his eyes. He'd probably tried to clean this room up when they first started living here. Thinking back, he'd been acting strange when I came here 2 days ago. Yeah, see, I wondered if there was some kind of like a... At first I thought it was actually bad. They did a good job making me think that, and then I was like, the second time I'm like, I bet it was Maho and Moeka, because we know their room is so dirty. But why did Faris come to me? And I don't know why she told me to bring Mayuri either.
Mayushi has a brilliant idea. Faris probably wants this room cleaned up. That's why she called Mayushi. If you'd come alone, you might have given up, right?
Yeah, probably. I was looking at an entirely new structure. It wasn't something you could just clean up. If I'd come alone, I might have just turned tail and run. It would take a team of professional cleaners a full day to clean this thing up. This wouldn't be worth it unless I was getting paid. I wanted to complain, but I was the one who'd asked Faris to let Maho stay here. I had to do it. We're cleaning this room up today. No complaints, okay? It's the lady of the house's orders.
Yeah? I'm not sure I agree, but whatever. Got it.
Okay. I'll have to call everyone I can think of to come help. But where do we even start?
I know! Mayushi had another brilliant idea. Why don't we get Sergeant Clean to help?
Sergeant Clean? What's that?
Sergeant Clean is very good at cleaning. The messier the room, the stronger their power level grows, they say.
You know them?
Yup! It's someone you know really well.
Sergeant Clean, who would that be? Huh? Someone I know well? Is it Lukaku? Mayuri brought me to the lab. Or more precisely, the Brawn Tube workshop on the first floor of the building where the lab was.
Nay! Toot-toot-oo! Toot-toot-oo! Hello, Uncle Ocarine.
Mayuri, is Nae your Sergeant Clean?
Yup, that's right.
Oh.
Nae's really good at cleaning. She cleans the store and her room every day, right?
Do you?
I do. Daddy wipes down the Brawn Tubes every day, but I do all the rest myself.
Come to think of it, I'd never seen any garbage on the floor of the Brawn Tube workshop.
Oh, it's not that Daddy doesn't like cleaning. I just really love it. Whenever I see garbage on the floor, I feel like I have to pick it up. Mommy used to always say that a messy room indicated a messy mind.
I see. But why Sergeant Clean? Nae's eyes went wide and her face blushed.
Big sis Mayuri? I told you not to tell anyone. Sorry, but we need Sergeant Clean's help. I'm not a sergeant or anything like that. I just get a little excited when I'm cleaning. It's true.
Nae looked to be on the verge of tears. Well, a girl her age wouldn't want to be called Sergeant, maybe.
Hey, Nae! Can you do it? Can you help Mayushi and her friends? You won't call me Sergeant anymore? Yup, I won't. Then okay. I'll clean. I want to go to Miss Kitty's house too. Oh, but I don't want to go alone. Don't worry. Everybody will come with you. Right, Ocarine?
Yeah, I'll ask everybody I can find.
Okay. I'll go get ready, so wait for me. I'll go home and get the hat.
The hat? Nae ran off toward the station. The hat? What's she talking about?
You'll know soon.
The hat. It's ominous. 30 minutes later, Fubuki, Kade, and Daru were the ones who answered my call. We met up with Nae and headed to the garbage pit that Faris' condo had become. Interesting Yuki's not there, since we were considering her as maybe the girl in the motorcycle outfit. Huh. And it seems like she'd be someone who would want to come help, you know? Interesting. Also, no Lukaku, that's surprising. And then, Sergeant Clean revealed herself before us. Whoa! Look at the hat! She freaking turned into Smokey the Bear! Yo. Oh, that's funny.
I am Sergeant Clean, your drill instructor. Listen up! Until this room is clean, you're all inchworms! The lowest form of life on Earth!
Yo! I like how I changed her name to First Sergeant Tenochi. Yo, she's the freaking, what was the freaking guy's name from Full Metal Jacket? What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? What is this? What the frick is this? Just like seeing a speck of dirt. Oh my gosh.
You people are not appliances. You aren't worthy of being called vacuum cleaners. You're only good for stretching out and squeezing up on top of a lathe. Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn. I am hard, but I am fair. I'm only interested in getting this room sparkling clean. Got it, inchworms?
Mayuri!
What is it?
Her face! What the heck is that?
Nai's personality kind of changes when she cleans, you see.
That's not a personality change. She's a totally different person. A cute little lolly reveals herself to be a sadistic sergeant that cusses you out. In our world, that's a good thing. Gosh, freaking... Daru, can it? Yeah, get him! Get him, Okabe! I hope she gets nice and flirty once we're done cleaning. Like, now that the room's clean, I'll clean you up, dude! You better freaking calm down. I'm about ready to cancel you, brother. You better chill.
Who said that?
Oh, ma'am. I said it, ma'am.
No talking! The only words out of your filthy sewer holes will be yes and no. Got it? And you will say Mistress Nai before every word. Got it?
Mistress Nai. Yes, Mistress Nai. I can't believe I got a real lolly cussing me out. Today's my lucky day.
What are you gritting about? Listen up! From now on, your name is Mr. Smiley Bear.
Mistress Nai, yes, Mistress Nai.
Do you like that name, Mr. Smiley Bear?
She literally is. She's the freaking sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. Mistress Nai, yes, Mistress Nai. I don't know if it matters, but Mistress Nai, yes, Mistress Nai is really hard to say.
What? You got a problem with that, Mr. Smiley Bear?
Mistress Nai, no, Mistress Nai.
Are you screwing with me, Mr. Smiley Bear?
Mistress Nai, no, Mistress Nai.
Now hop to it, Mr. Smiley Bear. I want you to wax the floor in the hallway 10 times in the next 30 seconds. Hop to it. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Mistress Nai, yes, Mistress Nai. More insults, please. Dude, it's so gross. At least one person is enjoying this, I guess.
Maybe we were lucky that Yuki couldn't make it today.
See, okay, so they acknowledged she couldn't make it. That's interesting. Why couldn't she make it? Kade and Fubuki happened to be in Akihabara, so they had offered to help. But Yuki had work and couldn't make it. Yeah, what kind of work? For the sake of the Hashida family's future, I was glad. Maho and Moeka had already given up on trying to match Nai's high energy, and were taking their time washing the windows on the veranda.
Okay, next! You, the pretty girls. Me? Pretty? You think so? Tell me, why did you join my beloved corps?
We just came because we were asked to.
Yeah, what's going on here? I'm asking the questions here! And you will answer my questions! Mistress Nai!
Yes, Mistress Nai!
Yes! Mistress Nai! I'll ask you one more time! Tell me why you volunteered for my corps! Mistress Nye. To clean, Mistress Nye. Then let me see your clean face. Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye. Clean face? Come on, let's go, Kade. Huh? What? Ain't clean in hell.
I like this. This is funny.
Fubuki's really getting into this, huh?
Kurashima seems to be having a bit of a bad time.
You two! Why are you talking? Take that big, turgid black thing down to the garbage dump!
Big, turgid black... What?
The garbage bag, right? Yup! That's right! Now get to work! Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye!
Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye.
I can't hear you! You think you can clean this room like that? Put some darn energy into it! Louder!
What if your dad heard you using that language, Missy?
Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye! And the rest of you! If you've got time to grin, you've got time to carry garbage! Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye! Once that's done, we're polishing every doorknob in the house until it shines! Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will polish tables! And you will be glad to do it! Mistress Nye, yes, Mistress Nye!
What the frick was that? And so, the sergeant kept us cleaning until late into the night. That was amazing. That may be one of my favorite parts of this game so far.
Thank you so much for your help today, Nya. I'm so happy, Nya.
I was worried for a while, but thanks to you, I've recovered. I made a special dinner tonight, so please enjoy.
I'd like to ask today's hero, Nye, to do the toast, Nya. Me?
You're the perfect person to do it, Sergeant.
Uncle Okarin, you promised not to say that. Aw, come on. You can do it, Nyan. Okay. Thank you all for helping clean today. Cheers! Cheers!
It took about half a day, but with Nai's help, we finished the cleaning. When Kuroki saw the cleaned room, he recovered and made us a huge dinner. Nai had seemed like a totally different person during the cleaning, but now she was back to normal. That was so funny. She was holding a cup filled with orange juice in both hands and happily talking to Kade.
So you can play the piano, Big Sis Kade? Wow! It's not that special. I'm more interested in music history. I can only play a few things. No, that's amazing!
Kade's modesty was only setting Nae off even more.
Kade, why not play a song for Mistress Nae? There's a piano right over there.
A small upright piano was in the corner of the living room. It was perfect.
I want to hear the piano. I'm not good enough to play for anyone. I can't play, so I know the piano would be really happy if you used it, Nya.
Of course, I keep it tuned at all times.
I don't know. Okay, just one song. Yay!
Kade sat in front of the piano and lifted the cover over the keys.
What should I play?
She seemed happy as she stared at the keys and thought.
Maybe you know this one, Nai?
Hey! Oh, that's Mozart! What the frick?
I do! The Turkish March! That's right.
Her 10 fingers danced between the black and ivory keys, and a cheerful melody filled the room. She'd been very modest, but it was clear that she had a lot of talent. As the song played on, the rest of the group stopped talking and moved to the chairs and sofas around the piano. And then... Maho, who had been sitting next to me, suddenly stood up. The sound echoed throughout the room, a little louder than she'd thought it would.
I'm sorry. Don't let it bother you. You can all keep talking, okay?
Maho kept standing up, as if lost in thought. Hyajo, is something wrong?
No. It's nothing. I forgot I had a call to make for work. That's all. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Maho quietly left the room. Huh? It felt like something was strange. I thought for a moment, and then suddenly looked where she'd been sitting. Huh? Maho's phone was still on the seat. So she wasn't making a call after all. I was a little worried, so I took her phone and left the living room. The door to the guest room was open. I peeked inside and saw that Maho was standing in the middle of the room with the lights off. Can I come in? She didn't tell me no, so I went inside and put the phone on the desk. You left it in your chair. You can't make any calls without this, huh?
Thanks. I didn't realize I'd forgotten it. You were really upset, huh?
Upset? If you want to talk about it, we can.
Yeah. It's not that big a deal, but maybe telling somebody would make me feel better. You know the title of that song she was playing?
The Turkish March, right?
Yeah. It's Mozart. More precisely, K331. Mozart's Piano Sonata No. 11. Third movement. Sonata 11 has 3 movements, and the third, the Turkish March, is very famous. But I actually like the melody from the first movement more. And Kudit said she did too. I was just remembering that. Okabe, have you heard of a movie called Amadeus?
I wasn't sure how to handle the sudden change of subject. I know the basic plot, I guess. It's about a musician who was jealous of Mozart's talents, right?
That's right. Antonio Salieri. In the movie, he's depicted as a man whose life is ruined by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He had a bright future as a musician, but Mozart's God-given talents made him jealous and drove him to despair. While everyone else was bewildered by Mozart's strange antics, he was the one person to see the talent underneath. The talents that gave him the name Amadeus, beloved of God. Salery was a hard worker, and he couldn't handle the fact that Mozart's innate talent brought him fame. And finally, he drives Mozart to the brink.
Drives him to the brink?
In the end, he drives Mozart to his death.
This is just in the movie, right?
I don't really know the details, but I have heard that there were some strange circumstances surrounding Mozart's death, and that he could have been poisoned. There's a theory that Salery may have poisoned him. A month after Kuditz died, the school networks got a big update.
Maho had jumped to another subject again.
And so, we all had to pick new usernames. I picked Salery without really thinking about it. I wanted it to go with the name of the AI, Amadeus.
I knew that. I'd seen her log in once in Wako City's offices.
But maybe there was more to it than that.
More to it? What do you mean?
Maybe I named myself Salery not because of Amadeus, but because of Kuditz. To me, Kuditz was Amadeus.
In other words, Maho recognized Kuditz's talent more than anyone, and at the same time, she was more jealous of her than anyone else in the world. Just like Salery. Hiajo. I didn't know what to say. I could see Maho's shoulders shaking a little. And then... both Maho and I turned in the direction of the noise. Moeka was standing outside the door, looking troubled.
I'm sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. What's up? We need to get Tenoji back home.
You're right. I'll walk her home. Just give me a second.
Hiacho, you okay? Huh? You look like you're in pain. Yeah, I'm fine. I just haven't moved around like this in a long time. So maybe I'm a little tired. I see. Okay. I guess. See you later.
Moeka went back to the living room. That was a surprise. I'd never seen Moeka talk so much before. I'd never seen her talk that much in any world line, actually. And what's more, she'd been able to read Maho's expression, and even worry about her. Maybe living with Maho was having an effect on her.
Sorry, Okabe. Forget what I just said.
Huh? Okay, sure.
Thanks for listening.
Anytime, I guess. Maho smiled a little and left the room. Well, that was sad.
Big Sis Mayuri. Let's go there next. Okay, let's go. Ready? Start! Yay, I win! I lost! You run so fast, Nai.
Both of you. It's not safe to run when it's this dark.
It's fine, right? Right?
It was getting late, so the cleaning party ended as soon as Nai left. It was Mayuri and I who'd gone to get Sergeant Clean's help, so we were responsible for getting her back to the Brontube workshop. Oddly enough, Maho had said she'd wanted to take a walk and came along with us.
Okay, next we race to that store. Alright, Mayushi won't lose this time. Ready, start!
Sheesh. Nai was more excited than usual. Was it because of all the praise that everyone had showered on Sergeant Clean? What is it?
No, I've just never seen you make that face is all.
What face?
I don't know, like you're not nervous, like you're relaxed. You've always seemed like you were really tense ever since we first met.
Maybe. I never really realized it. At this time of night, most shops off the main road in Akihabara were starting to close, and there was no one around at all. The only ones walking the alley at this hour were us four. I looked up, and I could just barely see the stars past the clear winter sky. Hey, Hyajo. There's something I need to tell you. About Cudits. Cudits was... Just as I was about to tell her, I could see Nai run across the intersection. No! Suddenly, a black van with its headlights off leapt out of a side street and almost ran over Nai.
Yeah! Watch out!
Nai just barely avoided being run over, but she fell butt first on the ground. Mayuri ran over to her. I warned you! I went to run over to Nai, and realized that something was wrong. Oh, frick! No, not again! The black van's door opened and 3 people got out. Ah, oh, jeez! It frick! Oh, what the frick? What are you doing here? 2 were wearing masks, and 1 was wearing a full-faced helmet. All of them had guns. Freeze! They were speaking in English. What? The time and place were different. Oh yeah, because I forgot that got undone. But this was the same thing I'd seen before. Why? The flashback froze me in place. The people with guns ignored Mayuri and Nai. They came straight for me and Maho. I decided they had to be after one of us. Maho, right? Run! I forced myself out of the flashback and grabbed Maho's arm, trying to force her to run. But... Just run! I pushed her hard. Maho had a look of terror and confusion on her face, but she did what I told her and started to run. She ran down a narrow alleyway and vanished from sight. Don't move! The attackers seemed to be after Maho, not me. They tried to follow her down the alleyway. But I quickly threw myself between them. Oh! I heard gunshots echo in the dark alleyway, and Mayuri and Nai screamed. Did they shoot? The attacker in the full-faced helmet had fired a warning shot into the sky. It looked like. Firing a gun on a Tokyo street was sure to get the police's attention. Did they just not care? I looked closer and realized that in addition to their black helmet, they were wearing a black motorcycle suit. At a glance, I could tell the wearer was a woman. A woman. The black face mask kept me from seeing her face, but... Was it Moeka? No. No. That was impossible. She should be at Faris's right now. The woman stood in front of me without a word. Are you after Hyajo? If they were after Maho, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to let her escape or not. The woman in the motorcycle suit kept her gaze locked on me at all times as she gave the other two men hand signals. They headed for the alleyway that Maho had used, with their guns at the ready. Wait! I yelled, but I hesitated to do anything more. Those bulky guys would catch up with Maho almost immediately. But if I resisted, I'd put not only my own life in danger, but Mayuri's and Nai's as well. Darn it! Please get away, Maho! I prayed as I watched the attackers run down the alley. Whoa! Suddenly, one of them came flying back out of the alley. The other one was crawling backwards with his gaze locked on whatever lurked in the alley's rear. It was as if he'd run into a bear. Someone was in that alley. It's Mr. Braun! Who? Suzuha? Yeah! I knew it, because Nai's here. So, what the heck is going on here? A large muscular man appeared from the alleyway. It was Yugo Tennoji. Had he come all the way from his shop? I came to see why Nai was late. So, hurt my daughter, will you? You're going to regret that.
Pull back!
I could hear the woman in the motorcycle suit shout from within her helmet. She must have been using a radio. It was the order to retreat. She'd made a fast call. She was probably a professional. Why are they so afraid of him when they have guns? He can't be that good. He can't stop a bullet. The van started to pull away with its door still open. The driver must have still been inside. Mayuri and Nai were both still sitting on the ground, but evidently they were okay. The woman in the motorcycle suit turned around and tried to escape using another alleyway. Wait! I chased after her, but she suddenly spun and hit me with the stock of her gun. It was so sudden I didn't have a chance to dodge, so I took the blow right on my jaw. I fell to the ground. I couldn't move.
Okarin!
I just hope Maho made it away okay. That was my only thought before I passed out. Maho just kept running. She had no idea what was going on, but from the way Okabe had been acting and the gunshots she heard, something really bad was going on. She prayed for Okabe and Mayuri's safety as she ran toward Faris's condo.
I need to tell everyone!
If she could just get there, she could find Faris, Karoki, and Moeka. Maybe they could do something. But just before she reached the building, she saw the black van from before coming down the street. Oh no! She quickly turned around. She was starting to lose hope. If that van was still moving around, had Okabe and the others been captured? And now they were looking for her?
No. No, that can't be.
She felt herself starting to cry as she raced for the station. But she didn't know what to do once she got to the station. She needed to find the police, but she didn't know where the police station or police boxes were. Should she ask one of the people around or the station staff for help?
What do I do? I need to calm down. There has to be something I can do.
Her mind was racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and she needed to calm it down. And then she realized.
That's right! The phone! Why didn't I think of this sooner?
She searched the pockets of her clothes for the smartphone. And then, just in case, she checked her bag. But she couldn't find it in either place.
Why?
They were back. It was that same black van. It was driving around this area searching for her. She quickly hid behind a nearby coin-operated locker.
Why? Where did my phone go?
Did she drop it when she was running? She retraced her steps from before she'd left.
Oh.
Okabe has it. He never gave it back. And then she realized. She'd been talking with Okabe just before she left the condo. After she'd lied about having to make a call, Okabe had brought her the phone. And then she'd left it on the desk. It was probably still there.
Oh no. Now I'm screwed.
She would have to get to the police somehow. Maybe she should run into one of the stores. Several of them were still open. The best option would probably be to get to the station or Yodobashi. But the problem was that black van. It was still going around looking for her. If she moved, it might find her. She tried to make herself as small as possible and hide behind a telephone pole.
I wonder if everyone's safe.
Oh! Suddenly, a hand reached out from behind her and across her mouth. Someone had grabbed her from behind. She tried to yell and rip it off, but the hand wouldn't move at all. She couldn't even move her head. All she could tell was that it was a man's hand. Maho was starting to get ticked off at how ridiculous all of this was. So she summoned every ounce of strength she could muster and slammed her elbow into the man behind her.
Take this!
Oops. She heard a small scream, and she was finally released. But she thought she knew that scream. Oh no.
Professor?
Shh! Phew. Hey there, Maho. Oh no! It was Dr. Leskinen. He was holding his solar plexus as if in great pain, but he smiled at her. So you know self-defense. I'm impressed.
What are you doing here?
Probably the same as you. I was enjoying dinner with Mr. Izuki until a moment ago. We decided to end the night by going to a maid bar when we were attacked by armed men.
Me too.
I thought so. We can assume that these are the same people behind the gas leak at our office and the raid on your hotel.
They might be after Amadeus and the control keys I've got.
I see.
What do we do now?
He thought for a moment as he caught his breath. Evidently the pain from Maho's elbow was receding. Can you access Amadeus right now?
No. I didn't bring my phone.
Okay. Then let's go to the office.
The new office?
Leskinen nodded. If we didn't know what they were after, there would be nothing we could do. But if they're after Amadeus, that makes this much simpler. We'll delete the access program for Amadeus that exists on the university network. As soon as that's done, it's back to the States. We'll get you some protection. And then there's nothing they can do. Oh no.
But...
Is there a problem? The professor's attitude was a little different from usual, and Maho found herself unable to say a word. His plan was the best that she could think of. They would delete the only way to access Amadeus from within Japan, and then get Maho and her control keys to safety. The only reason she was hesitating was simple sentimentality. She hadn't been here long, but she'd enjoyed spending time with Okabe and Moeka. She didn't want to leave without saying goodbye, but she couldn't help it.
All right. Let's go.
There was no one in the Tokyo Denki University office. She'd worried that her attackers might be waiting for her, but evidently she'd been worried over nothing. Phew. We did it! I guess they didn't get here before we did. What's wrong?
Oh, no. You're right. We were lucky.
They'd been very lucky. So lucky, in fact, that she was actually feeling nervous. Yeah, like he maybe set it all up. If they were after Amadeus, wouldn't they have come here first? This was only a temporary office that had been picked a few days ago. Maybe they didn't know about it yet?
It's not a good idea to overthink things, huh?
Maho, let's hurry. I'll let you do it.
Okay.
She quickly booted up her laptop and opened the login screen. Once again, her mind was drawn to the account name on the screen. Salary. Maho? The professor noticed her hands had stopped and urged her on. If it's difficult, do you want me to do it? He must have thought that she was still upset over the attack. But she shook her head and got to work.
Sorry. I was just thinking. For the past few days, I've been thinking about Kuretsunai.
As she typed at the keys, she explained things to Dr. Leskinen.
when I saw my username. I remembered that. To me, she was Amadeus.
Credits was Mozart? I see. So in other words, you were her salary.
Yes.
That reminds me. Credits once said the exact same thing.
What? Cudits did? When?
One day, when I heard that Amadeus meant beloved of God, I said this to Credits. You really are Amadeus. And then she smiled and said this to me.
If I'm Amadeus, then Maho is salary. Could it said that?
That's right.
Could it?
Maho's mind went blank. Credits had said that? What did she mean? Maho? Are you okay? You look pale.
No, I'm fine. I'll keep working.
Maho felt a tempest raging within her mind. But for now, she needed to focus on the work in front of her. She could focus later.
I've logged in. You ready?
Maho didn't look up from the screen. Yeah. Dr. Leskinen didn't hesitate at all. We're not deleting the real Amadeus. Let's finish this up.
Yeah. I'm temporarily deleting the access program for Amadeus' systems. There's no need for that.
What the frick?! Who got in here?
Huh?
Oh! She heard a voice from the entrance to the room, and then a bang. Oh, no way! They shot him! Oh no! Is he actually good in this round? Oh no, or is it a trick?
Oh! Professor?